This next question comes from Morgan. And Morgan says, hey, Shawn, things are still on hold in the ticket, event, and entertainment world. So while we are still engaging with customers when appropriate, it's not revenue producing at this time. So looking to spend some time and energy on my side business. For the last 4 years, I have sold event supplies, custom designed plates, napkins, cups, etc. for specific events and on various websites. I have a friend who is offering me space in her trade market showroom. If I can support the orders, I have no idea how to find reliable sources for inventory production. Shipping details to US if needed. Is Alibaba the way to go? Are there US-based companies that are price comparable? Lost on this aspect, as always, thank you. You know, Morgan, unfortunately, that is not my world. I have zero clue. You know, this is one of the challenges with starting a business when we're not truly an expert in that world. One of the ways to become successful and do really well in our business is to be expert in our industry and in our product and service category. Because if we're expert in those three things, we're gonna know where the customers are, who they are, what their buying decisions are. Kind of probably the same thing that you are as an expert in the event space. I would be really, really careful based on my experience. Every time I've tried to just dip my toes into something and I say, it's just a few $100s, it's just a couple $1,000s, I end up losing it. I say stick with what we know. Maybe there's an arbitrage play here that if you know you have somebody who needs something, those types of products, maybe you go find a company that actually supplies those products and you become an independent contractor kind of salesperson for them and get paid a commission. Same thing as getting paid a margin, you know, on you buying product and then reselling it. Your margin might be, your commission might be a little lower than what your margin would be, but you don't have all the risk of inventory, holding inventory, shipping, all the time that goes into it. So maybe there's a way you can work with companies that can do that for you and you just resell. That might be an option. But at the end of the day, Google usually has all the answers. So if I was looking for supplies like this, I would just do a Google search. I know Alibaba is a very, very large organization for China. With everything going on in the world right now, I've heard that it's very difficult sometimes to get product from China, but Alibaba seems to be one of those places. You could also maybe contact event companies that provide those types of supplies. You know, here in the group, JT had a company called Music City Tents and Events. I think they might have supplied stuff like that, possibly. I'll make sure that JT answers this question. But unfortunately, it's just not my experience. So as I think strategic and macro, I'm really more protective of you and your money and your time. And whenever we are not expert on something, that's when we usually increase our risk significantly. And there might be a lot of reward with that risk, but there also could be a lot of losses. So be careful. And I'm gonna try to get you some help, okay? Thanks.